So if like me, you've ever been searching for some lush film score quality strings, you might have found that some of these libraries can cost hundreds and hundreds of dollars, and often they can lack the emotional depth and organic quality that I'm looking for when I'm trying to add strings to my beats, my cinematic compositions. However, I'm pleased to say that this is all about to change with a new plugin from Lofi Building called Joylin Strings. So this was a collaboration between the phenomenal strings player Joylin and the producer at Lofi Building. So we've got these lush string and cello recordings from Joylin that have been beautifully packaged into an intuitive and super useful instrument by the producer at Lofi Building. So you're definitely going to want to stick around to see how this works and hear some of the incredible sounds that are available if you want to elevate your lo-fi beats, your cinematic productions, or anything in between. And I've got to apologize to my regular viewers as it's been a while since I made a video. That's mainly because I've recently just had a baby and recording a video is pretty challenging at the minute, but I do have more frequent videos, competitions, and some exciting new announcements to come. So stay tuned for all that. But for now, here is a breakdown of the plugin. So this is what the plugin looks like, and it's available for the Contact player, which means that you don't need to buy any other software. It just runs freely on the Contact player, which is a free download software. And it's a really well designed plugin. So you've got a few different things that you can toggle. There's sort of two sides to this plugin. One is the expressive side, which has got intuitive samples that you can easily sort of manipulate to fit the key of your track. And the other is the sort of pad string section side. So for the pad string section side, it sounds like this with everything cued in. And you can control the release and the attack. It's got a nice sort of evolutionary texture to it. And then what you can do is you can pick different articulations. So you can take down the violin and string. You get this beautiful deep cello sound, and you can do the same for all of them. Give it a reverb. But my favorite part of this is the way that you can use these samples. So you can click on your key, let's say C major, and you can transpose it if you need to. So you can essentially access every key that you would need to with the transposition and sort of picking these different articulations. So let's go C major and let's pitch it down. So you get these beautiful phrases that you can just effortlessly blend into your track. You can click through different keys, which are also different phrases. So I've used this on a couple of tracks already in some interesting ways, and they've really elevated the tracks. So I'll show you exactly how I use it in context. And quickly before we cook up some magic, I've got a true story which links to this week's video sponsor, who is the legendary DistroKid. And I actually started my career as a musician thanks to Lofi Building, who told me how to upload my music to Spotify, because I was trying to log into Spotify and find some way to upload it like you do with SoundCloud. But as you probably all know, that's not how music works, and you've got to use a distributor, and Lofi Building put me on to DistroKid. However, I did make some mistakes and stray from the path over the years of making music. What I mean by that is I made a lot of music that I've given to other people, other labels, other companies, but now I'm left with very little music that I actually fully own myself. So I'm urging you to look at something like DistroKid, which is a distributor which allows you to have full flexibility of your music. So not only is it the cheapest distributor out there, you get 100% of your royalties from distribution, but you're also not tied into anything. So if you want to leverage your music catalog, which is super important as you progress through your music career, DistroKid allows you to do that with no strings attached. Pay a fixed fee, and for that fee you get unlimited distribution. Plus, of course, DistroKid has got an array of amazing features that make releasing music much easier. You can generate your Spotify canvases, you can generate promotional materials, you can collaborate with other artists easily, and it's just a super easy way to manage your catalog and to build a catalog of music that you fully control. So as I often say, there are different plans available, and I'd recommend the Musician Plus plan, which gives you a couple of aliases, it gives you release day flexibility, amongst other things. But the key takeaway really, and something that I've been looking into more recently, is if you've released music a while ago and it's no longer in fixed contract and they're still taking 10, 20%, maybe move that over to DistroKid if you've released music with other distributors that are taking a cut. So yeah, run over, check out DistroKid, link in the description down below for 7% off your first year. And if you're ever releasing any lo-fi beats through DistroKid, drop me a link to your music and I can share them on my playlists. But for now, let's break down a track with the Joylin strings. So I've just pulled up a project that I've actually got coming out later this year. I thought would be a good example to demo with. I've taken a few elements out so there's space for the strings, and I'm going to blend in some sounds, some pads, and some of the one-shot string sounds. So the track sounds like this. So just got some dusty Atmos, a kick from my organic lo-fi drum pack, and then some drum sounds, and a lot of these are from either Soulfi, which I did a video about. It's a Telitone audio plugin, and also some Addictive Drums 2 blended in there as well. If people want a full breakdown, I can definitely delve into this as well once the album's out. And then some instruments. So I've got the recordings are all from this Yamaha U3 piano, and then I've blended in a bit of vocals. And yeah, we're going to try and fill it out with some strings. So first thing to do, open up a session. And the track's G major. So I've got the A major and I've toned it down too. Obviously you could pick other ones and tone down more. And then you can just start testing out some sounds. So I found some sounds that I liked, dropped them in here. I dropped the release a bit, just so it cuts off faster. And then what I'd probably do would be to duplicate and then just freeze it. And then now I can tweak the timings if it needs it. Now I'm happy with the timings. I like to use something to give it a bit more grit. So I'm going to throw on this guitar amp simulation plugin. A bit much, so I'll take those off. Let it know it's in stereo. And then give it this sort of tape delay, which I've been rinsing recently. And then to add some texture, we'll throw on another instance and then put in the chords from the main chord progression. Tweak to taste. We could even throw dust verb on there. And as you can see, if you've got dust verb, there is a new version coming out. This is not it, this is a demo version, but there's going to be some new features, as you can potentially see at the bottom. So if you've already got dust verb, you will get them. But I'm just going to throw an EQ on there as well. Got a nice warm string texture now blended into the track. Sounds like this. I'll just throw a thermal on there as well, just to make it pop out a little bit and mess with some sound design stuff that they've got in here. Let's have a look. So yeah, I've used this on a few tracks already, and I've got one trip hop track that I used when Lofi sent me the demo of it, which I'm excited to share, and that's featuring a special guest as well. So there's loads of applications of this, and it is only $30. So that's a plugin, and I really hope I've done it justice. I'm supporting it through my website, so you can click the link down below, and you can purchase the full VST. You don't need anything else. All instructions will be provided on download. So yeah, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Drop a comment, drop a like for Lofi Building for making this special plugin with Joylin. And yeah, hopefully catch you soon.